still, not be satisfied, satisfied. Banks are full with all this rain, and if they'll overflow, I can't say. The crickets calling in the firelight, and a long and gentle sleep tonight. Looking out into a sea of green, it seems so long ago, but you're still on my mind. Yeah, you're still on my mind. You know, you know. Still on my mind, you know.
Tell you about my angel, the one you never see, my everyday companion, living deep inside of me. She guides me through the trenches, she gets me out of every mess. She's my Bible, she's my buddy, she's my personal GPS. Well, she leads me on my journey, she leads me to the goal. She's always on the money, never leaves me in the cold. And every time I listen, I wind up being truly blessed. She's my Bible, she's my buddy, she's my personal GPS. I'm at the fork in the road, I gotta make a choice. So much going on, I don't heed her voice, so I'll make a wrong turn. I'm feeling lost and afraid, and I hear my angel calling, recalculate. Well, I gotta pay attention, 'cause it's powerful stuff. I gotta turn it on, and I gotta turn it up, 'cause every time I do it, you know I'm guaranteed success. She's my Bible, she's my buddy, she's my personal GPS. Play it for me, Fuzz. You bad boy. Well, I'm floating, lost and lonely, I'm drifting in the dark. Will I ever find a harbor? I don't see it on the chart. With some saying no, but someone else is whispering yes, yes, yes. She's my Bible, she's my buddy, she's my personal GPS. She's my Bible, she's my buddy, crystal clear and never muddy. She's my Watson, she's my Tano, never tardy, always pronto. She's my Sherpa, she's my guide, never runs and never hides. Julie, awesome, she's the best, she's my personal GPS. My personal GPS. She's my personal GPS. Yes, she is. She's my personal GPS. Yes, yes.
The night is louder than it's been before. I hear it knocking on my walls and doors, saying soon enough, it's time to go. But these precious hours, I keep you close. Of all the nights in recent memory, there were so many you were far from me, and I just hurt my heart, keeping lonely time, wishing yours was there to echo mine. If the papers would all print old news, they'd say I'm still in love with you. Let the years go by, it remains the same. What we've got is gold, and what it's worth won't change. Well, I fear I turned you upside down when I tore you from your hometown, just to make you wait at home for me. Keep this fire alive tirelessly. But if your patience ever reached an end, tell me, baby, what would I do then? Say that it's alright to ease my mind, though you told me so 1,000 times. If the papers would all print old news, they'd say I'm still in love with you. Let the years go by, it remains the same. What we've got is gold, and what it's worth won't change. All along the road, these faces seem to come and go, but yours, my love, will never fade. If the papers would all print old news, they'd say I'm still in love with you. Let the years go by, it remains the same. What we've got is gold, and what it's worth won't change.
If life is a comedy, the part that we play is never as clear as it could be. Or maybe a drama, who is to say? But it always turns out as it should be. And if I am a player who's played his part well and did it with humor and grace, when I die, give me a standing ovation, a celebration for a job well done. No need to cry, it's not my final destination. I'll be at the station when the train comes by. You write your own story as the pages unfold, but you're never quite sure of the ending. Maybe it's destiny, maybe it's choice, maybe we're all just pretending. In a tale of a lifetime, if it all comes around and you only receive.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Inside Live with Alice and Freebo. I'm Alice Howe.
And I'm Freebo. It's great to be here with you again, especially since we're live for the first time on WPVM FM in Asheville, North Carolina.
That's right. We are so excited to be live on the air. And if you are listening on PVM, know that you are listening to WPVM LP in Asheville, North Carolina, 103.7 on the dial, and globally at WPVMFM.org. And if you are watching with video, which you can stream Inside Live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can look up Alice Howe Music. That's Alice like in Wonderland and Howe with an E, music. And you can also look up Freebo, Freebo fan page.
Freebo fan page.
And you can look us up on YouTube
That's on
as well.
Facebook.
That's right.
Yep.
If you want to be a part of the chat, that's where it's at. Ooh, that
The
rhymes.
chat's where it's at. I love that. You're right.
And for our friends who are here every week, thanks for being here with us, you guys.
Always good to see you and play for you.
So, I was thinking about one of the greatest songwriters of all time, who we lost to COVID-19 in May of 2020, John Prine.
And I was really fortunate to have known him and spent a lot of time with him back when I was playing with Bonnie Raitt back in the early 70s. And he was as wonderful a guy as you might imagine.
Yeah.
Really was.
He sure seems like it.
He was, yep. He was a big old goofy guy.
Yes, so perfect segue. I just love this silly, fun song. It just makes me smile. The song is by John Prine, and it's called Big Old Goofy World. Up in the morning, work like a dog. It's better than sitting like a bump on a log. Mind all your manners, be quiet as a mouse. One day you'll own a home that's as big as a house. Now I know a fella, he eats like a horse, knocks his old balls round his old golf course. You ought to see his wife, she's a sweet little dish. She smokes like a chimney and she drinks like a fish. There's a big old goofy man dancing with a big old goofy girl.
Ooh, baby, it's a big old goofy world.
Now Elvis had a woman with a head like a rock. I wish I had a man that would make my knees knock. He'd sing like an angel and he'd eat like a bird. I wrote a song, he'd know every single word.
There's a big old goofy man dancing with a big old goofy girl. Ooh, baby, it's a big old goofy world.
Fretless bass solo. Sitting in a hotel, trying to write a song. My head is just as empty as the day is long. Why, it's clear as a bell that I should have gone to school. I'd be wise as an owl instead of stubborn as a mule. There's a big old goofy man dancing with a big old goofy girl.
Ooh, baby, it's a big old goofy world.
One more time.
There's a big old goofy man dancing with a big old goofy girl. Ooh, baby, it's a big old goofy world.
You know, I love that because the way John would always go, ooh, baby. And I just remember that. You know, I even remember seeing he and Stevie Goodman doing it together. You know, just so funny. They might even have written it together. I'm not sure. But
I can picture them in that hotel trying to write a song. And I know that feeling. It's like, I have nothing good. Like just feeling like your head is completely empty. And I love how they then went to
that place,
all silly sayings and just cliches. It's perfect.
And you know, speaking of silly and sayings and cliches, I think we should bring in my good friend Harold Payne. I mean, Harold, I'll just give a little introduction here. Harold is one of my favorite human beings on the planet, and I know Harold quite well. We actually are in a group. We get together once a week, every Tuesday, and I've known of Harold before I actually knew him, but Harold is a world-renowned songwriter, been covered by many, many people. He's a wordsmith, very soulful singer, as you will hear. And he just loves to play with words. And when we have a conversation, I'm sure some of it will come up. He loves puns. His head is just always going. And hey,
we're so excited to have Harold Payne with us on Inside Live tonight.
Let's just bring him in.
Hi, Harold.
Hey.
Harold,
Hola.
hey.
¿Cómo está
There you
usted?
are.
Muy bien, gracias. Mucho gusto en verles a ustedes.
Igualmente. We were practicing our Spanish last night. I
You
know
guys are
Freebo
good at
doesn't
it, too.
understand.
That's right.
Harold, how are you?
I'm
What's
doing
new?
great. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's good to be with you guys. That was a cool, fun song. You guys always bring out some cool things from some from yesterday and some from long ago and some from today. You know, it's good.
Yep. That's right. Nice mix. Well, we'd love to have you start with a song.
Okay. Let's see.
Dealer's choice.
All right. 5-car stud, aces high.
No wild cards.
Speaking of, you guys are the wild cards. I'm just
We are.
the joke.
No, we're here every week, Harold. You're the wild card.
Okay. Well, let's clear the deck, and I'll do a song.
Oh my goodness.
See what I mean, folks?
You started it, but speaking of the group room that meets on Tuesdays, another member of that group is a gentleman by the name of Nathan Aswell, and Nathan and I wrote this song together. So
I love
thought
this
I'd do
song.
a little segue from. So many choices, so little time. So many mountains left to climb. I know that it gets clearer as I get nearer to where I'm meant to be. I can't be anybody but myself. Everybody else is already taken. I got to follow my own road, and God only knows where I'm going. Everybody trying to fit in. Got to feel good in my own skin. Gonna use my imagination for inspiration every chance I get. But I can't be anybody but myself. Everybody else is already taken. I got to follow my own road, and God only knows where I'm going. I'm trusting my instincts, they're keeping me in sync with my head, in my heart, in my soul. I can't be anybody but myself, and everybody else is already taken. Got to follow my own road, and God only knows where I'm going. Hey, got to follow my own road, and God only knows where I'm going.
Woo.
Yeah, Harold. I mean,
Great
ain't,
message.
ain't that the truth, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
love that.
haven't we all tried to be somebody else? I mean, I go back to being a teenager, and I tried to be everybody else. And everybody else always was better and cooler, and then, well, I won't be okay. It gets very confusing, but
Freebo, you are
fortunately-
one of the most fully yourself people I've ever met. So this is surprising
Oh,
to
thank
me.
It just took me a while to get there, you know.
I mean,
Yes.
everybody else was already taken, you know, so I had no choice.
That's right.
Harold, I'd love to hear about how you became yourself musically. Where did you grow up? What was how did you first become interested in music? What was the music that turned you on when you were growing up, and how did you become who you are today?
Oh, okay.
I know.
That's a
And
full
the Cliff
question.
Notes version.
I am
Well-
terrible at asking that question.
No,
You know, I
It's a great
started playing, you know, my first instrument was the ukulele, as they say in Hawaii. And, but when I really felt the passion to start playing music is my family, when I was just probably 11 or 12 years old, we were up in Canada at this lake where we camped for a week. And these two guys were playing Everly Brothers songs and stuff like that. And I just was, my folks saw that I was mesmerized. Every night I was just like, wow. And I remember the guy said, well, when we come to LA, we'll see you. And I thought that as a kid, you think they mean that literally. You know, we'll look you up when we come to LA. Like if they're ever going to, you know, so when are they coming? You know? So my folks got me a guitar, and the kid next door played and kind of was a little ahead of me in the game, and I started playing, and I was playing in a surf band, a folk band, and an R&B band, and the Motown group won, so I started playing in clubs while I was in grad school, and I finally realized, well, you know, let me give this a try. It was kind of the singer-songwriter James Taylor, you know, Van Morrison thing was happening, and I thought, you know, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young, let me give this a shot for a while. And
Excuse me, and you hadn't written a song up to that point?
No, not real. I mean, well, yeah. I was kind of a late bloomer, really. Maybe I wrote a few songs when I was in college, but just really fledgling. And then maybe in my early 20s, I started, hitting a stride where I started hitting a rather than number 14 and number 22, it was like a clump in a row that started being decent.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I've always played a lot, and I ended up connecting with Bobby Womack, which was kind of my connection to. I'd had a few recordings already, but that was kind of my big break in terms of getting a lot of stuff out there. And by writing with him, it opened some other doors. And
how did you connect with Bobby?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
well, my brother Larry had a magazine called Where It's At Magazine. And
that is a great name for a magazine.
Yeah, and it was really cool. I wrote some articles for it, and he had done. We were fans of R&B music and Bobby's music, and that's when I was playing with Rich Riley and the Tail Feathers, in Gardena, California, and so I ended up. Larry ran into Bobby, and as fate would have it, he had just run a free ad in his magazine for Bobby's latest single, because Larry had met Bobby's secretary, and had, done this. And so when Larry first said, "Well, my brother's a songwriter," and Bobby, in hindsight, told me, "Yeah," I rolled my eyes and went, "Yeah, get in line." The people were like throwing cassettes into his car and stuff to try to. But when Larry said, "I know Gene King and your secretary, and I did a free ad for you," he goes, "Well, you know what? If your brother's what you say he is, you tell him to come up here and let me see what he's got. We're just starting a new album here." And I went up there and I waited at the studio, and in line with the Meters, one of the baddest rhythm sections ever. And eventually it was the Pointer Sister and her sisters, Herbie Hancock, and Wah Watson, all these people. And so Bobby, I had my guitar, I had a reel-to-reel tape, I had a cassette tape, and some lyric sheets. And as he walked up, while everybody's watching my audition in the hallway, and Bobby looked at these lyrics, and he goes, "I like these. I tell you what, you come on in, I'll be home in a couple of days. We're working on this track. If I like what you did, you're in." That's how it happened.
Wow. And how many songs have you and Bobby written together?
Probably 70 or 80.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
Amazing. Are you a prolific writer, Harold? Do you have a practice where you try to do it a certain number of times a week, or what's your method?
I'm more intermittent. I do so much improv and so many custom songs that takes up, the custom songs take a lot of my writing space up, because I write songs for special events and stuff. And it's fun because they're original songs, and you get to play them as an inside thing for somebody and all their friends so it's a fun thing to do. But I continue my writing practice, but I go through periods of time when I'm writing a lot, and some periods where I'm just playing so much that I'm not taking as much time to write.
Which is interesting because, when you do your improv, which is pretty much every show you do, you are writing a new song each time.
That's true.
You may not have it completely crafted, but having heard so many of your improvs,
I'm kidding.
No,
it's like you get to flex that muscle, the writing
Absolutely.
brain. Like you keep it really fresh by doing that, which is so important, I find.
I 100% agree. And the writing that I've done has allowed me to do the improv, because it's like a songwriting session with a really quick deadline.
Yeah. Right. Like a few minutes.
Now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Harold, while we're here and we're talking about that, you want to try something? Maybe we can get the folks in the chat to come up with a title or two. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, you guys can.
I've never known you not to be.
We'll pick it. Okay, so should we encourage
maybe
them
you do
to
a song
put
first, and then
why don't we? Let's do that.
Okay.
Why don't we do a song
right.
while we think about what to pick? So, folks, if you want to put ideas for a song title, correct, Harold? Is that the way to do it?
Yeah, just title, not something that's been done before, something you made up yourself. And I'm going to improvise a song right here on the spot, risking my reputation for your entertainment.
Yay! Okay,
Wow.
great. So put your comments in the chat, y'all. And Freebo will do a song while
Well,
we watch
actually,
those come in.
I will. I'd love to, and I want to do a song that Harold and I wrote together.
Oh.
And
Okay.
many of you who've been watching the show have heard this song before. Maybe some of the new folks on WPVM haven't. But, I mean, the way I often write songs is I will very often start a song with an idea. This one started with back when I was married and we had a dog, and the dog was on the bed with my wife, and the dog was in my place, and I just kind of looked at the two of them on the bed being very comfortable together, and I said jokingly to my wife, I said, I think you love a dog more than me. And when she didn't say anything, I thought, I got to write something, because as songwriters, that's very often our response. So I started thinking about that, and I thought, she loves my dog more than me. I thought that's the title, and I came up with an idea for a chorus and simple groove, and I thought, well, this got to be a funny song and clever song, more clever than I am. So I thought, who can I call? And the very first name came to mind was Harold Payne. So I did, and we got together and we wrote this, and I love this song, and a lot of people who know my stuff really love it. It's a 2-chord song, very simple, but it's a true story for the most part. A little bit of poetic license thrown in, and I'm going to have Alice play some bass on it. Let her get together here. I'll vamp till ready. Here we go, folks. You can sing the chorus when you get along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once upon a time, everything was so fine, cozy, just my baby and me. I was so well fed, had my breakfast in bed. I was happy as a man can be. Then my buddy called up, had the cutest little pup. I couldn't help but take him in. Little did I know her affection would go to my new little 4-legged friend. Ready, Alice? Now she loved my dog more than me. She loved my dog more than me. I love my dog. She loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. Ba 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 ba. We were lying by the fire, burning with desire, when suddenly, to my chagrin, as the fire got to stoking, came a cold nose a-poking somewhere it should not have been. I thought she'd shoo him away, but she told him to stay. It kinda took me out of the zone. Now a man's best friend gets a girl in the end, and I'm left holding the bone. Yeah, ready? 2, 3. She loved my dog more than me. Nice little bass solo. She loved my dog more than me.
Don't expose me like that.
I love my dog. She loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. It was your big moment. Ba 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 ba. So I'm sitting here fuming while he's getting all the grooming. That ain't how it's supposed to be. Well, I don't hate him, but I got an ultimatum. Baby, it's the dog or me. Well, I got a reply. She let me outside, and she handed me my people chow. Now I'm howling at the moon while he's up in my room, and I'm in the doghouse now. Sing it with me, folks. She loved my dog more than me. She loved my dog more than me. I love my dog. She loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. Ba 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 ba. There's a moral to the story. When you fall from the glory, you gotta do it gracefully. Now I'm back in the bed with the dog at the head. We're a nuclear family, and I accept my fate. You know there's little debate, because this ain't no democracy. From the moment he came, it's been a doggone shame that she loved my dog more than me. Sing it with me, folks. She loved my dog more than me. I can't hear you. She loved my dog more than me. Okay, that's better. I love my dog. She loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. Yes, I love my dog. She loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. Ow! So thank you, Harold.
Thank you.
That song would not exist without you.
Hey, you guys, I want to just mention to our radio folks, I want to thank you for listening on WPVM FM 103.7 AVL and online at WPVMFM.org. Thank you for listening. We are so excited to be live on the radio tonight, right, Harold?
Absolutely.
Exciting. And if
Ashland.
you are watching, yes, me too. If you're watching on Facebook, please do hit that share button. It really helps more people find the show. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, thanks for being with us. And if you would like to support the artists for tonight's show, you can find out how to do that at alicehowe.com/support. Or if you're watching the streaming show, you can see that information in the chat. So. Harold Payne.
Do we have some titles
Yeah,
for
so
Harold?
I wrote down my two choices.
Did you do that while you were playing the bass?
No, I did it before. They all came in at the same time.
Uh-huh.
I'm not that good. Harold, did you want two or one?
Well, you can give me two and I'll choose one, or maybe I'll put them together.
Okay. My two favorites, one was Spring Training from Janice.
Okay.
And the other was There's So Much More from Laurie.
Okay. I've been hibernating such a long, long time, sitting in my own room, making up rhymes, doing what I can to come up with a plan to be out there in the world as much as I can. But thank God, looks like we're gonna have an open door. Looks like there's so much more. I've been waiting, getting restless as can be. I want to head out to New York City, maybe Nashville, Tennessee, and play together with my friends before the world ends. Yeah, 'cause I know there's so much more. I miss playing with my buddies on street corners and bars. I don't even care this time if somebody in the corner is smoking cigars. There's so much left for me to do, and I can feel the spring start shining through, yeah. Oh, I can't wait till we can put on some harmony and do it in the same room without worrying about latency. And I don't care if some dancers hit the floor when it comes to music. This year, it's gonna be so much more in store. Yeah, that's what this guitar is for. Thank God there's gonna be so much more.
Oh, wow.
So much more.
Something like that.
Brilliant.
Something like that. Yeah, beautiful. So, Harold, I mean, I've heard you explain this before, but I think the folks out there would kind of like to know, how do you do that? I mean, it's such a scary thing. Like, okay, here we go. I mean, it's kind of like being on a tightrope without a net.
Right.
Yeah, but it's when it's like the 10,000 hour thing. You know, I mean, it's I've done it so many times that I trust. It's really about trust. It's the experience of doing it so many times gives you confidence, and the confidence gives you trust. I call it plank to bridge. You walk on that plank so far that it becomes a bridge to the other side. And I'm comfortable living in the I don't know.
That's a great line.
Such
I'm comfortable living in the I don't know. I like that.
and that's, I mean, that lesson applies so far beyond
Sure does.
songwriting and improvisation. That's a hard, I mean, for me, I always, when I feel like I want to know what's going to happen, or I just, I wish someone would tell me, the answer. It's like I stay in that anxiety, and it's really when you can let it be and just trust that you actually find that peace. And I feel like that's such a great example of that in your work, Harold. I love that.
Yeah, on the word, I guess, is surrender. You just surrender to whatever comes, right?
Yeah, really. Well, sometimes when I get a title, I immediately start, my songwriting experience kicks in. And I go, okay, that's going to be the chorus. And the verse has got to lead up to it like a punchline to a joke. But sometimes I have no idea where I'm going to go with it. And sometimes if somebody does something that's a little off, they intend to be off color, and I go the other way with it, sometimes, and vice versa.
Right.
It's just, I don't like doing exactly what they think. But I would just, say one thing is that, when you learn to talk, when you think about it, what we're able to do, I'm saying something I've never said before.
Right.
Gestures, intonation, and everything. And I trust that it's going to come out because we've done it for all these years. So it really, it's analogous to doing, I've been doing it improv. It started off, forgetting other people's lyrics. And then I got comfortable with making up my own for that. And then I'd see somebody walk in the door and go, look at that T-shirt you got on, or mention somebody's name. And then it kept expanding. I played a place where they had birthdays all night long. And so I started making up little jingles, and people sent up notes and play for my cousin Vinny is here from Sheboygan,
Right.
Their song for him.
Rhyme Sheboygan.
Yeah.
Right.
Good Moigan.
Wow. I know. I was like trying to think like gin and tonic. No. Wow. That's great. It's really a good reminder. I love what you said about talking. That's like something I never would have thought of, but it's so true.
It's true.
We do it all day long.
We have a vocabulary.
Yeah.
We know certain words. We know what they mean, but you're absolutely right. We have never put them together quite the same way as we're about to, or we're in a moment doing. That's I'm doing, in a moment doing.
Yeah.
I think people are most uncomfortable when they do something they haven't done. Like, you play music all the time, but if you've never been on television and all of a sudden there's a camera and it's really sterile,
Right.
Gosh.
but
I've
when
had
you've
that
done
experience.
when you've done Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel,
Right.
it's like, yeah, I got this.
Well, you're thinking about it, and your critic comes in. Normally when you talk, you're having a conversation, there's no critic there. You just fly by the seat of your pants, but all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, there's a couple million people watching. I better make sure it's right.
Right.
And you start thinking about it too much, and that's a dangerous place to go.
You're dead if you start thinking too much. That's when you start forgetting words too. If your mind goes to, oh God, what am I going to do? Am I going to forget? This is unfamiliar. I'm scared. Then yeah, that's when I lose words myself, things that I never would forget if I was just in the moment. It's like just being in your body and just letting the thing come out of your mouth that you know is in you. It's in your brain. You've done it before a million times, you know.
Which is really what creativity is about. I mean,
Right.
it's just your brain is kind of coming up with something that it hasn't come up with before.
Yeah.
And it's just a question of how do you connect to it.
Well, and when you say no, like, I don't like, that's not a good idea, then you kind of shut yourself
You shut it down.
off.
Yeah,
And
that's the critic.
yeah.
And there's a time to bring the critic in. They say in songwriting, you know, just, okay, critic, go away, just write it down. It's better to write a bad line
Right.
than no line at all. And you can come back and bring the critic in, right, Harold?
That's right, and I look forward to hearing the song that Alice, the moment she wrote this, there was a blank page before she wrote it. So
That's true.
let's see what has come on the page.
Well, let's see.
Yes.
I should know what it is. I should get my bass.
You should get your bass. I think I'm going to do...
I know exactly where it is.
I think I'm going to do a song called Still on My Mind. And when I first started working with Freebo, I had never done any co-writing at all. It was pretty unfamiliar to me. I had always thought of songwriting as a pretty private, really personal exercise. And I had been doing it since I was a little girl, and it was like pretty scary for me to actually share my unfinished stuff with him. But in our work on my last record, I brought a couple songs that felt unfinished, or like maybe he could help me edit them down. I had a tendency to write a lot and just write really long lines and long choruses, and I think I've gotten, I really, when you said, Harold, you used to, like, you noticed when all the songs you were writing that they all had a higher quality, like the whole batch kind of seemed better. Like, I'm starting to notice more of that. And I don't really throw stuff away. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really have a ton of like extra, like I focus until something is done. So
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, and you're very good at that. Yeah, the only thing I would say is, and why I came into your early songwriting, it just felt like it was rambling just a little bit, so I was just able to come in and just edit, say, hey, you don't need, here's the heart. And what's interesting is in my doing that with you, you kind of do that on your own now.
Yeah, you get
Which is
better at
kinda
editing
cool.
yourself.
Yeah.
When you say early songwriting, Freebo, that was like,
Oh.
we're talking like 3 years old in my little swing set. You weren't there for
I
that.
was not there for that, no. Thank God. I might have ruined you.
Rain falling across the water, mist is rising on the mountainside, leaves are blooming in the ash tree, robins are looking for something sweet. Sitting beneath the eaves, and not one drop will find me. A little seedling is breaking through, persistent as the thought of you. Looking out into a sea of green, thinking on the years and miles that lie between. It seems so long ago, but you're still on my mind, you know. I go walking through the trees, the water dances over stones, the April morning brand new, but a breeze has brought the thought of you. Looking out into a sea of green, thinking on the years and miles that lie between. It seems so long ago, but you're still on my mind, you know. I sat down by the riverside. I was fearing I could drink it dry, and still I'd not be satisfied. The banks are full with all this rain, and if they'll overflow, I can't say. The crickets calling in the firelight, and a long and gentle sleep tonight. Looking out into a sea of green, thinking on the years and miles that lie between. It seems so long ago, but you're still on my mind. Yeah, you're still on my mind, you know. You know.
Nice.
Thank you. Thanks, Harold.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to mention our wonderful sponsor, Cordial Cables. Thank you to Cordial Cables USA for being a part of Inside Live. All of the cables that we're using to broadcast Freebo and my side of the show are Cordial cables, and during the Zoom after party, after we get off the radio, we're going to do a special giveaway that we've been doing every week. So that's that.
It is that.
That's what I wanted to say about Cordial Cables.
Mm-hmm. And Harold, you're going to get one.
He is going to get one.
Really? Oh, well.
Yeah, that's
And
part
I'll put
of
it
the deal.
put in a plug for them as well.
That's
Sorry.
right. Oh my God. You really bring out
I'm telling you.
the best or maybe the worst in Freebo.
Probably more than
Whenever
latter.
he's around you or your name comes up, the puns just start flowing. Like, it's overwhelming.
Well, I just consider it to be wordplay,
It
not
is
always
wordplay.
puns, and I do practice catch and release. You know, the little ones I try to let go and not use them.
But your mind is always working, isn't it?
It is. I confess. Yes.
So where did you two meet? I know you guys have known each other for a long time.
Well, as I remember it, Harold.
Oh gosh! Every time Freebo says where he met somebody on this show, he's like off by about 15
the other person
years.
goes,
so.
no, not quite. But as I remember it, I was in the very early days of my songwriting. I was very much a deer in the headlight. I didn't write my first song until I was in my mid-40s, and I had heard that there was an open mic, and this guy Harold Payne, whom I had heard about, was running it at this the top floor of a Holiday Inn in Gardena or someplace like
And
that.
Torrance.
In Torrance. And I thought, well,
See,
I'll
there
go
he
down
goes.
and maybe Harold will allow me to play a song. And why don't you go from there, Harold? Because I was scared out of my mind.
You were?
I was.
No, I remember because I knew who you were, and you know, and your all your credits and the cachet of all that you've done, and I was so impressed with the fact that that you had all that, and that you know, like all this stuff in your pocket, and you emptied your pockets and said, I'm going to start with the lint that's left in there. You know, I mean,
Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Gotta start somewhere.
No, I
At
mean,
least it wasn't belly button lint.
Yeah, I didn't go there. I didn't think you guys could stomach that, but
Oh,
There he goes again.
The first song I heard of you was already in the ballpark, but you had said, to me, the image of him moving from the side to the front, and not even so much out of ego, but just out of the desire to express himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was so cool, and to watch over the years him lapping people, by his songwriting, his singing, his playing, and it was incredible to watch it unfold. And
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it was a moment I remember. I was so impressed with the fact that you were speaking of the blank page, and just living in the I don't know. I mean, that was that was like a real, not just a one at a time. That was a life-changing one.
Well, and thank you, Harold. And it really was and has been life-changing for me. I mean, the whole process of doing that, of again, leaping without the net. And, anytime any of us take that leap, we need supporters. We need people who are in our corner, who are nurturing us and encouraging us. And I think I can say in front of all these people that you have been a number one supporter of mine, as you are for so many people. And I think that's really a role that we have, not just as human beings, to support, and love each other, but to be there for someone who's practicing the same craft. And if I happen to know more about playing bass than somebody else, it feels really good to be able to, I mean, what they call it passing it on, just passing it on. Somebody pass it on to me, I need to pass it on to me. That's what the whole
It's one of my first songs I wrote was
about.
called Pass It On, in the same
Really?
spirit.
Wow.
Yeah. And, I see it as when musicians sit together, I don't see it as some people say, oh, well, I got to kick butt, they just went on the stage, I got to do better than them. To me, I never see it as competition. I see it as mutual encouragement.
Yeah.
Which is great, because there are a lot of people do see it as competition.
Well, I see it like sometimes I feel like, oh my God, I want to be able to do that. But there's that moment of envy if somebody's just kills it, and then you take that and take it home with you and be like, okay, I have some work to do.
Turn it into inspiration.
Yeah,
exactly.
Turn the perspiration into inspiration.
Exactly.
Good one.
Hey, you guys, I think we should try to get a couple more songs in before our radio hour is done.
Right.
So I think either Freebo or maybe, do you want to do something and then have Harold take us out?
I
what do you
think,
want to do?
Well, if we can do that, let me do a song that Harold and I wrote together along with J.D. Martin and Jan Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause this was a very interesting co-write that four of us got together, and I'll take this off in a second. Here, you can do this.
Give it to me.
Here. It was a very interesting co-write. Co-writing is interesting because, especially when four people get together and they have no idea what they're going to write, so you just kind of sit there, and I have no idea who came up with what, whether it started with
Freebo, just
Okay, I can take us out. Yes.
just get your guitar.
I don't know whether it started with a groove or started. I think it probably did, and we went to a certain place with it, and it was going good, and then it just kind of got stuck, which happens sometimes. And I mean, all songs are not good, and all ideas are not good. And sometimes you don't know until afterwards, right, Harold? You just don't know, but you have to sit with it. So we did. In this case, we sat with it for over 5 years, and then Harold listened to an old tape and said, "Wait, this is kind of cool," and gave it to Jan and JD, and they made a couple of tweaks, and before you know it, they had a song. They submitted it to a contest, and it actually won the contest. So I would like to share that song because I recorded this song, and it's going to be on my new record. And I'm going to, let's see, I guess I can do it in this key. Really cool song. It was called Everything to Do with Love. I had a dream, a vision. I woke up singing in the middle of the night, 'cause the world had finally got it right. It had nothing to do with history, which side had lost or won. It had everything to do with love. When you hear a voice calling somewhere inside you, say you're not alone, and the music fills your heart with hope. It's got nothing to do with boundaries, thinking you gotta be tough. It's got everything to do with love. It's got everything to do with love. With our differences behind us, the world looks new. Maybe something as simple as kindness can see us through. Well, it takes as long as it takes, and you know it. When the moment is right, you hear somebody singing in the morning light. There's so much hope to hold on to, so many songs to be sung. It's got everything to do with love. It's got everything to do with love. Everything to do with love. I had a dream, a vision. I woke up singing in the middle of the night, 'cause the world had finally got it right. There's so much hope to hold on to, there's so many songs to be sung. It's got everything to do with love. It's got everything to do with love. One more time, it's got everything to do with love. Everything to do with love.
Beautiful.
So thank you for that, Harold.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
Jan and JD. It was funny because I had when I walk, I have sometimes have on random, the songs on random, and things come up, and I go, what was that? And I go, that sounds like familiar, and then, anyway.
Oh, that's smart.
Is that how that happened? How you found it 5 years later?
That's how it happened. I was out for a walk, and it randomly came up on my, my iTunes.
I love that. I have so many voice memos on my phone. I make them constantly with ideas, and if I were to actually label them and go back,
I hear you, man.
But instead they just have numbers, and it's like there's so much good stuff in there that
That's what I do on the plane.
You do that? Actually, I do
Label?
that too. Yes, I've totally done that. It's a great time to do that.
It is.
That's so funny. Oh, that's great. Well, Harold, we've got about 5 minutes left on the radio. And for those who have watched before, we are going to then transition to our Zoom after party. And you guys can actually join us in the Zoom room. And we continue to broadcast on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. But we will be saying goodbye to our friends at WPVM FM in Asheville. So why don't you take us out with a song?
And we got about 4 minutes, Harold.
Okay, so
4 minutes.
Since Alice and I didn't know that she spoke some Spanish, so we were speaking a little Spanish before. So
Claro que
song
sí.
Inspired by a trip to Cuba.
Qué bien.
Wrote this with Eddie Brown and Chris Bennett. And it's on the Gravity 180 CD. Take me where the sun is always shining, where the ocean breezes softly blow, somewhere far beyond the blue horizon, wherever those turquoise waters flow. Oh, oh, vámonos, vamos a la playa, vámonos a nuestra isla de amor. Oh, oh, vámonos, vamos a la playa, dile al mundo que se vaya y sigamos al sol. La playa bonita, la playa, la playa bonita, la playa. Oh, 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 vámonos, let's go down by the ocean, a la playa, and relax in the sun. Vámonos, come on and let's have some fun in the sun. Oh, 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 vámonos, vamos a la playa, dile al mundo que se vaya y sigamos al sol, sigamos al sol. It's the sun, it's the surf, it's the sand, it's the season, it's the sky, it's the breeze, it's the air that we're breathing, it's the sight, it's the sound, it's the smell, it's the feeling. Vámonos, vámonos, Cozumel, Saint-Tropez, Ipanema, Bora Bora, Honolulu, Mykonos, Malibu, Miami, Florida, Rio, San Juan, Ibiza, North Carolina. Vámonos, vámonos.
Ole!
I cut out a verse to make sure that you guys had time to.
And
do
before
your
we
thing
go,
at the end.
I want to make sure that we say that, Harold, your website is haroldpaynemusic.com.
Payne.
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
haroldpaynemusic.com, and folks can find you on Facebook too. You do a weekly show, correct? Or two weekly shows?
Two Song Tuesday on Tuesday at 6 Pacific
Oddly
time,
enough.
Great.
and then on Thursdays I do a full 45 minutes, starting
Oh,
at
great.
2:30 this month. It's normally at 3, but
Excellent.
thank you.
Yeah, and if people, we would love you to join us in the Zoom chat. By the way, my friend Jabbo, John Jablonski, whom you know, Harold,
Oh yes,
from Tampa, says
Florida.
hello.
Hi,
He
Jabbo.
he calls Alice the rose between the two thorns.
I'm honored.
Thanks, Jabbo. Appreciate that, man. That's really
Hey,
sweet.
well, thank you all for listening on WPVM FM 103.7 AVL and online at WPVMFM.org. Thanks to Davine and PJ and all the folks at PVM and James Nave for getting us set up on the radio. We'll see
Appreciate
you
that
all
a lot.
next week, same time, same place, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Our special guest will
Inside
be
Live.
Seth Gleer, a wonderful singer-songwriter and humanitarian.
And now we are not on the radio anymore.
See you in the
so
chat.
we believe.
I mean, on Zoom.
So they tell us.
we're not in Asheville anymore.
Nope, we're just in the cyberspace.
Cyberspace.
I have to say a story
Drifting
about
along.
Jabbo.
Oh, what's that?
One time, Jabbo, if you're still watching, you called Freebo and he picked up and he said, "Jabbo, Freebo." And I was like, that is just the funniest thing I've ever heard. Only you would answer a phone
Boo-boo?
to a
Bobo.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what is this? Harold, I love the lyrics in that song, and it's particularly the Dile al mundo que se vaya. That's such a great line. I just love that.
Thank you. Favor que me hace, gracias. Me estás tirando flores, pero los aceptamos.
I would love to run by you, Harold, something that I'm working on in Spanish. Maybe during the after party I could actually play that chorus and I can ask you a grammatical question that I'm not
I may or may not know
sure
it.
about.
Hope it doesn't involve el subjuntivo.
No. No, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare in a song.
If I were you, I wouldn't.
No. Maybe I'll run.
That was
some
a subjunctive.
by you.
I know.
Hey, and
I know, yeah.
And to Trevor Beaumont, thank you for joining us. It's 2 a.m., so you must be in England, or are you on the continent? Where would it be 2 a.m.? Let's see, 6, 9?
I think it's
Hopefully
8 hours.
not.
Yeah, he's in the UK.
In
Oh
the
my
UK.
gosh.
Well,
Hi, Brandon.
thank you for joining us, and have a good
Hey.
night's sleep. We're not ready to go to bed yet.
Yeah, so
Better to be on the continent than incontinent.
Oh,
Sorry.
my
on continent than incontinent. Yeah.
Yes,
my goodness.
better said. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Collaboration there.
Folks, I hope you will take a moment to jump over to Zoom. We are welcoming you into the Zoom room very shortly. It's time to start the after party, which we've now kind of tightened up the show a little bit. We start right after an hour. So the Zoom is going to start right about now.
And this is a chance where you've been able to see us. This is a chance where we get to see you.
Yeah.
You know, and we even
Yeah.
get to have a conversation of sorts.
And now that we're no longer on the air, we can just mention one more time that
About Cordial.
So,
Yeah.
yes, our sponsors, Cordial Cables, and we're going to do a giveaway of a cable that we are so excited to
And a
be
T-shirt.
able to do every week. A Cordial T-shirt and a cable. You guys, these are excellent 99.9% pure copper cables. There's virtually no resistance. As soon as we started using them in here, our sound improved so much. So we're really excited to work with such a great, honest product.
Wow, and I get one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You get one.
And Harold, it has a lifetime guarantee, so this literally will
Right.
be the only cable you ever need. And if it somehow breaks, you get a new one automatically. They're wonderful people.
Yes, so folks, put your guess of a number between 1 and 100 in the chat. We chose a number. Freebo chose the number.
I did. And I've
And-
seen some come by already earlier on.
I think Brandon's been keeping track. Folks
I
know,
hope so.
know the
'cause
deal.
I haven't.
Yeah, so we're going to just pick somebody after a few minutes, and we'll let you know who won this week.
Okay.
And we do this every week, thanks to Cordial. So
And thanks to Brandon. And hello, Brandon. Would you like to make yourself known and available? And can we see
Hello,
you or hear you?
everybody.
Hey, hello, Brandon.
do you want to let the people in, Brandon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come
Let
on,
'em-
let
let
them
'em
in.
in.
They've been. I hear them knocking, but they can't come in.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, here they are.
All right.
Tara Covington. I know you. I always see your name. I never see your face, but I know what you look like.
And we'd love if
I
you
do
would
too.
turn your cameras on so that we
And
can
Rob Peck
see
is
you.
Rob, we know Rob Peck certainly.
Hey, James. Nice to see you.
And Storm.
Hi.
Yeah, and Lynn.
Hi, Storm. Thanks,
Hey,
y'all.
James, how you doing?
And you guys can keep on coming in bit by bit. Like, you don't have to join right now, but if you see how much fun we're having and you get jealous, you can join. So, yeah. And
I use the
again,
headphones to talk.
okay, good. Yeah, and I just want to thank everybody who has sent in a donation for the show. We really appreciate it. You can use any of the methods that you might think. PayPal, Venmo. You can use a credit card at alicehowe.com/support, and you can also mail a check if you so desire. And we appreciate it. Keeping us
sure do,
going. And if
yeah.
you want to check out Patreon, Harold needs to start one. Maybe I can coach him on that. But you can find both me and Freebo. Freebo's at patreon.com/Freebo Music, and I'm at patreon.com/AliceHowe. Should we have another song maybe to start
Yeah,
things off here
yeah,
before we do
yeah.
some
let's
chatting?
let's have Harold do a song.
Yeah,
Well, sure. I just did one. Maybe it's
he
your
did
turn.
just
but-
do one.
Well,
I want to sing him my Spanish
Oh,
chorus.
that's a good idea. I like that.
I want to know what
A
he thinks
segue.
about it.
A French word about a Spanish connection.
That's all I've got as a chorus, but I thought it'd be fun to share this with you guys, and it's very short.
It's
It'll
a
be
nice
over
chorus.
very, very shortly, but I I'm trying to decide whether to write the verses, you know, partly in Spanish, partly in English. I'm just not sure. You know, I think there's something about like what you did, Harold, where you just do the chorus in Spanish that's more like welcoming, you know, to everybody, because it's, you don't feel like, what the heck is she talking about?
Is always good.
Yeah, so. I don't think you should play. You've never played it with me before.
But I know, I'll wait, but I know it. I know it. Go ahead.
Not that I doubt you.
Well, let's see what happens.
What happens is I'm going to tune my guitar.
Yeah.
And thank you, Vincent, for mentioning, yes, I did just add a new demo to my Patreon. It's a song of mine called Line by Line. And Freebo has been helping me put together some really cool demo tracks for my next record. And I thought I would share one of those on there. So that's a treat that I just added.
La vida es sueño, amor. Todo que recuerdo y todo que soy es todo un sueño, amor. La vida es sueño, amor.
Beautiful.
So my question for you, Harold, since we are in the after party section and I can do this, is should I say todo lo que recuerdo, or can I leave the lo out? That is my grammatical Spanish question for you.
I always hated that question.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So
when
not
you're
sure?
speaking, I'd say you put it in, but I think, I don't know if there's as much poetic license in Spanish as there is in English.
If anyone,
I think it's understandable.
yeah, it's like
So
it's basically.
I would think you could do it, but I'm certainly not the scholar
Okay.
that I used to be.
Fair enough. I just, and for someone had actually asked Harold what you were studying in graduate school, so maybe that would be a segue
I got
to answer that question.
I was studying teaching English as a second language, going towards a master's in linguistics. Although I took a lot of linguistics classes, but I didn't actually get my master's.
Oh.
That's when I jumped off into giving music a try, and where
And
I
here you
still
are
am.
today. Still trying.
Well, they say practicing law, you know,
Yeah,
a
really.
recovering alcoholic. I mean, it's just a process, right?
If you would indulge me in one more thing, I'd
Of
like to
course
just
I
sing it
will.
in English now so that folks can, because it actually works in both languages.
And,
So
and I just want to let you know I did not play one wrong note.
I know, Freebo. I noticed. It was perfect.
Thank
Well, you know, you don't have
Yeah?
to fret.
What?
No,
I
no,
got it.
bad joke.
That joke was just too base.
Oh my goodness.
My love, my love, life is a dream, my love. All that I am and all I recall, life is a dream, my love. Oh, life is a dream, my love.
Sounds good in both languages.
It's great.
Thank you. I just was so happy that it works in both languages.
Yeah.
And my inspiration was actually Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Like, I was thinking about Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And it is such a
It's
deep
deep.
song. Like,
Oh.
there, you know, I mean, merrily, 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 life is but a dream. I
which
mean,
it is.
whoa.
I knew you'd get around to it.
Oh,
Ooh.
my God.
Years ago, I was part of a metaphysical church, and the minister channeled a entity named Dr. Peebles. And one of Dr. Peebles' favorite saying, and this was back in the early 80s, before other people were saying this, is we're all in the same boat. It would be nice if we rowed in the same direction.
Right.
For sure.
I love that. Thanks, Storm.
Absolutely.
Freebo, do you wanna-
well, I would say my thoughts on the song is, I like it with both. I think you should start with the Spanish,
Yeah.
and then go to English. And if you have a second verse, do that in Spanish and come back to English, because they both sing so beautifully. And what I'd also say, I don't know the grammar, Harold, but I know in, like you say, with poetic license, and I think if it's not quite correct, but it sings well and people get the meaning, I say leave out the extra syllable.
I just don't want
if you
anybody
don't
to
need
think
it, right?
I'm a know-nothing gringa who can't actually speak
Well, but do
Spanish.
people think that in English? I mean, there's so much bastardized English that we use. I mean, we are hardly singing the King's English in
That's
in
true.
American songwriting.
No, we ain't.
We ain't, no. And look how often ain't is used, too.
Well, this was
We
very,
don't, he
very
don't.
interesting. Thanks, everybody, for being part of my little workshopping of that song.
Mm-hmm.
Freebo, do you want to play something?
Yeah,
open it up for
I'll
questions?
do one more song that Harold and I wrote, along with my
I
buddy
didn't know you guys
Robert
had so
Tepper.
many.
Yeah, well, we of the 3 songs we wrote together, 2 of them are dog songs, and this was a song that I often thought I was making a CD of
Uh-oh.
first.
Lost it for you. Oh, there we go.
Go back. I don't know why we were muted for a second, but say that again.
Am I back?
You're back.
Yes.
You're back.
Oh yeah, one of the first things that I learned in terms of songs and dogs is "My dog has fleas," and I thought, why not make a song up out of "My dog has fleas"? So let me just take
It is
this off
such a
here.
cool track. I can just hear it. You guys have to check out. It's on. You can stream it.
I think
I
you
believe.
can, yeah.
Check out Freebo's record, Dog People, and the song is.
My dog.
My
has
And
dog
we
has
started it from
fleas.
scratch.
It is. Oh my.
Sorry.
God. He didn't have his headphones in. I'm not going to repeat that.
Yeah, please
No,
don't.
I heard that. So one of the things that I thought, okay, what can I do with that melody? I definitely want to use a melody. It's only 4 notes, but let's see. So I thought, my dog had fleas. I went, my dog has fleas, and I thought, I'm going to use that motif. If you don't know what a motif is, it's a series of notes, and it repeated like Beethoven, ba 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 ba. It's a motif. And he does it again, ba 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 ba. On this one, it was, how do they do it? My dog had fleas. Yeah, my dog had fleas. So I kind of went like this. My dog has fleas. And I changed the chord. My dog has fleas. My dog has fleas. My dog has fleas. So I didn't know where to go after that. So I thought, let's see, what do we do? I got the groove happening. I got the chorus. I got the chords. We need some lyrics. So I called up Harold, and he came up with, and we came up with this. I heard him moan in the yard. There he was working way too hard. I saw him smiling with his back against a tree. He said the bark works better than the bite for me. He don't let nothing get under his skin. It's okay by me if it's okay by him. My dog has fleas. My dog has fleas. My dog has fleas. My dog has fleas. Here come my pedigree. The tripping and the falling, trying to bite that flea. Everybody knows it's a natural fact. All God's children got an itch, they got a scratch. Horses got flies and pigs got slop. They're all happy with with what they got. Ready? Sing it with me. My dog has flea. Come on, people, sing it. My dog has flea. From his head to his tail, there's a well-worn trail. My dog has flea. Solo. Bop, 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 ba-da-da. Ba-da, bop, ba-da, bop, 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 bop. Organ. Bop, 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 ba-da, bop. Bop, 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 ba-da, bop. Well, they're scratching in the penthouse. They're scratching on the street. They're scratching on the shag in the penthouse suite. Some of them purebred, and some of them mutts. All them biting and scratching their butts. Every tail wagging, tongue dragging breed of canine got a situation just like mine. My dog has flea. My dog has flea. From his head to his tail, there's a well-worn trail. My dog has flea. Keep on singing. My dog has flea. My dog has flea. There's a whole bunch of stuff we wrote. I can't remember it. It just finally fades out. My dog has flea. So another crazy way to write a crazy little silly song, but if it gets people tapping their foot, right?
That's
puts
great.
a smile
Freebo.
on their
Nice
face.
to hear that one. It's been a while.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Harold.
Thank
You
you.
guys have written some good stuff.
We've got some fun stuff. We got more to do at some point. We live in the same town, and now
Can I
that
get in on one of these sessions?
oh, it'd be great. Absolutely.
Twist our
Absolutely.
arms.
I could lighten up a little bit, I think. You guys
Yeah.
can help me.
Oh,
You
yeah.
write some wonderful
You will be the
serious
rose between the thorns, indeed.
There we go.
What do you got, Harold? Would you play us another song?
Sure. This is kind of a musician song, so we are musicians.
We are.
Yeah, and when people, oftentimes people come up and say things to you, sometimes they mean them to be really positive and they don't always come out that way. Like, I hope you make it someday, or I don't know, whatever they say, like as if making my living doing something I love my entire life is not making it. But
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a song called "Sometimes Making It Ain't Making It," but that's another story.
Mm.
But this is whatever anybody says, if they mean it as positive, I take it as such. So,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I told my mom that I said, "Mom, when I grow up, I want to be a musician." And she said, "I'm sorry, son, you can't do both."
Can't do both.
I know you're concerned about the path that my life is taking, but the lessons I've learned are worth more than the money I'm not making. I'm gonna take the time to live my dream. I wouldn't change my life for anything. So don't worry about me, I'm doing alright. It may look like I'm struggling, I'm loving this life, and I won't die if I don't make history. I'm right where I wanna be, so don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. In spite of how it appears, I haven't taken a vow of poverty. It's not your average career, but it's cheaper than getting therapy. I I'm not waiting till some moment arrives. It's not the destination, it's the ride. So don't worry about me, I'm doing alright. It may look like I'm struggling, but I'm loving this life, and I won't die if I don't make history. I'm right where I wanna be, so don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. My existence is not measured by the things that I possess, but by the person I become. So I'm gonna follow my heart wherever my passion leads me. If I have to swim with some sharks, I'm not gonna let them bleed me. And no matter how far I get, I won't be drowning in an ocean of regret. So don't worry about me, I'm doing alright. It may look like I'm struggling, I'm loving this life, and I won't die if I don't make history. I'm right where I wanna be, so don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm just doing what comes naturally. Don't tell me I'd probably be doing this for free. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about me. We're having fun, we three, yeah. Don't you worry.
Ah, nice, Harold. Nice, Harold.
Thank you.
And that actually, yeah, and that brings up something, in terms of poverty. If you folks are liking what you're hearing, enjoying the show, and you want to contribute a little something to our well-being, because it really does help us, we split it 3 ways, so we would very much appreciate it. Couple bucks here, Venmo, PayPal would be very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Or if you want to join any of our Patreon things, you can join mine for as little as $3, $7, $15. Alice, you got what, 5, 10? Harold doesn't have one yet,
Patreon
but
things.
we're trying to encourage him.
Oh, thank you guys. Thanks for being here with us. Well, let's see. We've got a little bit more time. Do you guys want to? Does anybody want to ask a question or say hi? Who's in the Zoom
So you
room?
want to say hi to Harold?
Don't all
raise-
talk
raise
about
your-
it.
I
raise your-
think I want to say hi to you.
Hi, Harold. I love you. This is
Well,
Tara.
thank you.
Is that Tara?
That's nice.
Hi, Tara.
Hey,
Of course,
Tara.
Love you back.
I love Freebo and Alice too.
Oh,
you guys,
thank you.
I listen to you guys a lot. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
all the music that you provide for us, and I have fond memories of the Summer Songs Camp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you.
And we did a workshop or 2 together, didn't we, Tara?
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's really fun. I recommend it highly to anybody who wants to do it, because even if you don't have a song to workshop, you learn a lot by listening to what other people get from it and see the changes they make, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Well, thank you. I
Well,
really
good to see
appreciate
you,
your
at least to
support.
see your name and hear your voice,
Yeah.
Tara.
We know what you look like. The other
Yes.
folks don't, but we know.
Anybody else?
Anybody else? Raise your hand. Yes.
Carolyn?
Carolyn?
Hi, Carolyn.
Hey, Harold.
Hi.
I always enjoy your extemporaneous songs.
Well, thank you.
I love that. My brother and I used to do parties many, many years ago. I won't talk about how long ago that was, but we used to do parties together and play the guitar and do just what you were doing. And he and I would take turns. And it
That's
was
where I got it from, is you guys.
Okay. So you were in Pittsburgh in 1974?
Are you talking about me or Freebo?
That's when we were doing it in 70.
Oh, yeah.
73,
Of
72,
course, yeah, that's
73.
In the blue house with white shutters?
That's the one.
Okay, yeah. All right.
What?
I was listening. I was
I feel like I'm missing
oh.
something. Okay.
Yeah, we're just Oh, weird connection, sure.
That's great. Well, thanks for coming, Carolyn.
Always good to see
Nice
you,
to
Carolyn.
see you.
I love
Thank
you
you.
guys too, Alice and Freebo.
Likewise.
Thank you.
So
Well-
Freebo,
Oh, hi,
Yes.
Storm.
Hey,
Storm,
Storm.
I want to say hi. I
Hello.
Hi.
truly enjoy being here all the time. We
Thank
still
you.
need to talk and figure something out, though. I tried it with Alice's, and I can't do Patreons. I can use my gift card to do her PayPal account, but I can't do either your Patreons.
Well, let's.
Yeah, I noticed that you signed
Yeah.
up and then you disappeared, and you wanted to do it all at once, and we can't
Yeah.
figure quite how to. They won't do it with a gift card, huh?
Yeah.
I think they do PayPal, but that's the only other way, as far as I know.
No, they
let's
wouldn't
talk.
accept. They wouldn't accept it through PayPal on the Patreon. I just tried that. You'll get it.
I know for a fact that they do because I use my PayPal to pay for a different artist that I support. So we can
Right,
talk about it. Maybe
but
I
I
can
just
help
you will see. I just got rejected by you tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to reject you.
I just got
We-
rejected by you tonight.
We want it to be easy. Oh,
What?
I just remembered we didn't do the giveaway yet.
Oh my God!
But, Storm,
we have to do the giveaway.
We'll
That's
talk
why I played
after.
the chord.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Brandon, would you tell me who won? Brandon?
let's hear the magic voice of Brandon.
I'm not sure anyone ever put in numbers.
Oh yeah,
we did
got
in
a
the
lot
chat.
of. I saw a lot
we
of
had
numbers
a lot
go,
of numbers
go
in the
through.
chat. We did. I'll let Brandon add them up or check them out.
You know, sorry, I've been talking, but I didn't realize I had my mic muted. Very
Oh,
amateur.
hello.
Hello. We've got Angela Stewart on Alice Howe's Facebook with 78. That was the closest to the
all
number.
right.
78 was
Great.
closest to 69, right?
Thank
Yeah.
you. All right, Angela.
Angela.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Yes. Angela, just
I
contact,
know Angela.
contact me or Freebo if you know. Does she have your info?
She does.
Angela, just write to Freebo and let him know that you won. Just remind him in an email and we'll get you all the info that you need. So congratulations and welcome to being a proud owner of a Cordial cable and t-shirt.
And a T-shirt.
I know, you really want to make sure.
Well, they're really nice T-shirts.
Oh, Angela's right there. Oh my
Angela's
gosh.
here.
she's-
Mike
She's with
Mike
us.
has his
Zoom.
on. He's in the upper left-hand corner
Yay.
there,
And,
of our
and
screen.
speaking of Cordial, Mike Smith has his little emoji hand raised. Very
I'm just learning how to use that. I'm
very
terribly-
well behaved of you.
I know.
So-
I'm so technically challenged.
Wow, you're like a millennial, man.
Mike, did you want to say something to
Yeah,
Brandon?
as I was looking at Harold's discography today, I noticed that he did some work with Snoop Dogg, and I would ask, how did that happen, and how was that experience?
Well, Howe had nothing to do with it.
Oh.
Actually, it happened because I co-wrote with Bobby Womack for like 35 years, and he's kind of like a godfather figure to a lot of rappers, being an old school R&B guy, and had a song that I actually co-wrote with Pete Luboff and James Eubanks called "I Wish You Didn't Trust Me So Much." And it was a hit for Bobby, an R&B hit, like number 1 or number 2 on the R&B chart. And so Snoop did a version of it where he took the chorus and then did his own lyrics for the verses. And that's how I got connected. And I at the time, I had not met him, but actually after the fact, when I was on a project in England, I was at, of all places, the Playboy Club in London, and sat and talked with him for about an hour because I grew up about 5 miles from where he did.
You're at the Playboy Club and you're talking to Snoop Dogg? Yeah, okay. That's
All
really
right.
cool, though.
But, sometimes you got to play it by ear,
There you go. Love your stuff, man. I really
Thank you.
enjoyed it. I'm a new fan.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
And Angela, who won it, Angela, I promised you a lesson. I think it was going to be a partial capo lesson. So get in touch with me. And I saw your face for a minute. Now you're back to that A. I hope it doesn't stand for adulterous. It's not red.
I think we've already given her that.
I know
joke
we have.
Before.
Oh, she's back. Okay, there you
Still
go.
waiting.
Your face. That's good. Yeah, let's see. If we
Ooh,
can
I think we're
get
getting
to
an
the next
echo
one.
from somebody.
I think we've already given her that. I've been waiting.
Well, let's stay in touch. We'll make it happen. Okay. Now we have to because you won the cable.
There's a big echo. Somebody's got to mute. Okay.
That was from Angela's microphone, I think.
Sorry, Angela.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. It's that Zoom thing.
Is
Thank
that
you
Zoom
for
thing?
being here.
So,
I think-
Alice, somebody requested Keith Leon.
Yeah. Someone in the
requested a
chat
song from
requested
you.
a song from me. Maybe I'll.
His wife, who's
Take
never
us
heard
out.
you before.
Yeah.
Well, I think we ought to let Harold take. I think you should do it and then have Harold take us out. That's what I think. I'm
Okay.
gonna play executive for a moment.
That's
If I may.
fine. Certainly.
What are you gonna do?
I think I'll do. Can you hold this?
Mm-hmm.
I dropped a capo.
Not a cable, a capo.
Oh, okay. This room
Did you
is
partially
very
drop
small,
it?
y'all.
Oh.
Oh. Brandon knows that during sound check, Freebo and I always have to arrange everything just so because there's nowhere to go. You can't
very
get out
delicate
for
dance.
a bathroom break here. You're locked in. Well, I think I want to do What We Got Is Gold. Been thinking about.
You know what? You
So-
just you can lift up your stool for a second here. Okay, thank
Okay.
you. You can do What We Got Is Gold, huh? Alice, where can people find the video for this?
Yeah, I did a music video for this song, and it's something that I'm really proud of.
You should be. It's beautiful. Really.
And we did it in, I shot it in Nashville with a wonderful friend and a very talented videographer, very accomplished guy named Jim Shea, who actually shot a music video for Joni Mitchell for her song, The Beat of Black Wings in the 80s. And he also shot the cover of Linda Ronstadt's record, Simple Dreams, which won a Grammy. And he's just an amazing guy. I love Jim. And we met him by chance through a friend in Nashville. Freebo was there, and we ended up just kind of doing this video spur of the moment. And I gave Jim my CD and just said, pick one. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And he picked this song, and he just said, let's just rent a studio space in Nashville, and we'll just go in and we'll do a bunch of different shots of you singing the song, performing the song. And he did all these different shots, and from far away and close up, and I probably sang the song 50 times that day, you know, to the track, but I performed it
all different camera shots
50
different-
times
yeah.
easily, like, and it was really fun. It was all day, and it was great. And then at the very end, we got this last take, and he ended up just using that one take, and he had thought he would cut between a lot of different ones, but that one ended up being so compelling that he felt that was what he wanted to do. And maybe we could have Brandon put that in the chat. Brandon, if you look up my official video for What We Got Is Gold,
Already in there, Alice.
you'll find it, or I can give it to you after.
And if you could put the chat up, I'd appreciate that for a second before you play.
Oh my God, he already did it. Brandon, you're too good. Wow, what a guy. That's why we pay him the big
Yeah,
bucks.
check us out, people. You love it's a really gorgeous
Yeah, check out
video.
the video. I'd love if you would, and leave me a comment and say you checked it out. Here we go. I haven't played it in a while. Hope I remember it after that really long intro.
The night is louder than it's been before. I hear it knocking on my walls and doors, saying soon enough it's time to go. But these precious hours, I keep you close so many, you were far from me, and I just heard my heart keeping lonely time, wishing yours was there to echo if the papers would print old news, they'd say I'm still in love with you. Let the years go by, it remains the same. What we've got is gold, and what it's worth won't change. I fear I turned you upside down when I tore you from your hometown just to make you wait at home for me and keep this fire alive tirelessly. But if your patience ever reached an end, tell me, baby, what would I do then? Say that it's alright to ease my mind, wishing yours was there to echo. If the papers would print old news, they'd say I'm still in love with you. Let the years go by, it remains the same. What we've got is gold, and what it's worth won't change. All along the road, these faces seem to come and go, but yours, my love, will never fade. If the papers would print old news, they'd say I'm still in love with you. Let the years go by, it remains the same. What we've got is gold, and what it's worth won't change. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, everybody.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you. I want to say hi to our friend Fusby Morse, who is watching on Facebook, and he said he was playing along on the piano. That makes me very happy. Fusby. Fusby's there, and I believe his sister's in the Zoom room, so we've got two Morses in the house.
Which one is his sister?
The one whose name is Ann Morse.
Oh, I
obviously.
see over there.
Yes, two.
Hi, Ann. How you doing?
And there are only two, so you've got all of them.
Hi, Ann. Thanks for coming. Hi.
It's wonderful. I'm enjoying it every week.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
have to see where my brother is.
He's in that chat there on Facebook. We love you
Is
too,
he?
Fusby. He is. We got to have him on the show as soon as we can get together in person and set that up.
Yeah, Fusby,
That would be
you need to be
wonderful.
able to come on to Zoom. so we could see your face.
Oh, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that one. Thanks, Keith. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I want to say hi to a couple people. I want to say hi to James Curran up there.
Yeah,
and,
hi, James.
I want to say, of course, to Mike and to Wendy. Haven't seen Wendy in a while. Hi, Wendy, and to Thomas and
Hi,
Angela,
Sharon.
of course, and to
Hi,
Rob.
Rob.
Rob, where'd you go? I saw
He's
Rob.
right there. He's waving.
back.
Where is he?
See?
Oh, there you
Doing
are.
the,
Hey, Rob.
Interdigital way.
How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, it's
The
Oh,
juggler
wow.
wave.
Lynn.
Yeah.
He's really getting fancy.
The real wave, finger wave.
Yeah.
Oh, and hi, Lori Reimer. Hi. Thank you to Lori Reimer for being our forever supporter and for helping us get the word out about Inside Live with the Get Together Foundation and Rock Cellar Magazine and all the amazing
She
work
does
that you
that
do.
well.
She does do
She
that
is
well.
everywhere at once, that woman, and she helps us try to be everywhere at once, too.
Freebo, considering the amount of pontificating that Payne has been doing tonight, I feel it's my sacred duty as a wordplay fantastic myself to mention that, Harold, do you know what this is?
What's that?
I give up.
It's a microwave.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, dear.
Wow, you seem to have some real, like, flexible... I feel like you moved the top knuckle on its own. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't
Can I
do
see that again,
either.
Rob?
I mean, my this finger was broken. I can't do it with
Did
that
you,
one.
did you, Alice, did you mean this thing or
Oh, my
this thing?
goodness. Oh, look, wow.
Because this is nothing. I'm just waving my pinky.
Very dexterous.
Wow. Pinky wave.
Well, y'all, this has been wonderful. Again, as always, Harold, I think we'd love you to take us out.
I'll out Rob. He's a professional juggler.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, we've seen Rob juggle.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, you have.
he's unbelievable.
When have I seen
You
that?
saw him juggle. Did you juggle at our show, Rob? I've seen you do it. The
I
show
think-
that we did with Alice and JT.
No, I was.
You played harp.
I love that.
You know.
I love that show, and I was inspired to bring you guys to our concert series because of that show. But I think Harold's referring to the one-time Freebo that we were all at the. I always mispronounce it. Is it Posey Music Festival?
Posey.
Posey.
Short
See,
for
at least I'm
positive.
consistent. I always mispronounce it.
Just think of
You
your
are
paw.
consistent. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I juggled there, but I don't think Alice was there at the
Oh,
time.
I don't think I saw it. No. Well, that's something to look forward to.
Well, I'll play with my balls sometime just for you, Alice.
Wow, thank you. That's great. That's great.
No, he's really wonderful, and he runs a rap at the same time.
Wow.
Oh, can we get 30 seconds on that?
What the hell is Harold gonna sing after that?
Yeah, let's do
Tom,
it. Let's
that's how
all
you
do
do it.
ourselves a favor and let Harold sing.
Okay.
Whatever.
Sounds like a plan. Go for it, Harold. Take it away.
Anything
I'm giving you the mic.
I thought I've been doing all kind of groove songs. Maybe I would do a finger picking kind of a song. Just
Ooh, I don't know if I've ever heard that.
You mean like something sensitive?
just something I wrote with a friend of mine by the name of Steve Knox. Hope I remember it. Everybody's sleeping on this midnight flight. I'm wide awake and staring out at the night, wondering, does she think of me? Did it fade away? She was 20, I was 21. Just my luck to fall in love so young, so young. She was the perfect one, just not the perfect time. But time erases all the tears, it takes the tears away. But it will never take away this feeling, not in a million years. Oh, fire still burn long after love learns to live in the shadows. Although memories return. Oh, fire still burns. I was chasing down a young man's dream. She was waiting on a diamond ring, diamond ring. I guess she got a wish. I'm still chasing mine. Sweet reflections in the distant light. Oh, familiar places rolling by, but I know it could never be the same. And I wonder, will she even recognize me as I step down from this plane? Oh, fire still burning long after love learns to live in the shadows. All those memories return. Oh, fire still burn. Girl, after all this time, I still can't get you off my mind. Oh, fire still burn long after love learns to live in the shadows. All those memories return. Oh, fire still burn. Oh, fire still burn.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Wow, I've never heard that one
Me
before,
either.
Harold. That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
beautiful. Thanks for that's a beautiful note to end on tonight.
You just couldn't stick with the finger picking, could you? You had to get into the strumming, didn't you?
Well, I
Just had to do it.
Once he started grooving.
Well, hey, you have a strum. I mean, like nobody. You're so rhythmical, and just what you do with your right hand, very, very cool.
Thanks for the left-handed compliment.
Oh, and I am a lefty too.
Oh my goodness.
So Harold, we really want to thank you.
Thank you, Harold.
It's
Thank
just
you.
great to have you. Thank you for making time between your Tuesday and your Thursday. And for those of you who don't know, Harold does a 2-song Tuesday every Tuesday. And what time on Thursday, Harold? A little bit
Thursday,
earlier?
it's normally at 3, but for this month, it's at 2:30 because I have a gig that I have to get to.
West Coast time, folks.
Yes.
But that's a cool thing to do. And we want to tell you about next week. If you don't know who, wait a second.
Oh my God.
Wait. Somehow I'm thinking Keith Leon is kind of going through my head. I'm going, that's not right. Seth Gleer. Gleer, Keith, Leon, Seth.
Our guest
lot
next
of
week
E's in
is
there.
Sth Gleer, and we're
Keith
so excited.
Leon. Going
If
through
you
my
haven't,
head.
a lot of people haven't heard of Seth, but Seth is a phenomenal singer and songwriter. I mean, really high level stuff, and got a great story taking care of his younger brother, and very, very cool guy. And I think you really enjoy the show. I'm looking forward to it very much. And we're here every Wednesday through April, May, and June. We're going to take July and August off.
We're taking the summer off, except
Taking
we're
the
actually
summer
not.
off.
I'm going to be singing a lot. We're going to be recording my record in Muscle Shoals for the first half of July, and then we're going to be doing a bunch of COVID-safe outdoor concerts. So we're actually going to be on the road, which both of us are really excited about. So
I'm going to Alabama from LA by way of Chicago.
yeah,
Dig that.
yeah. Why not? So we were going to do some Alice and Freebo shows on the road. It'll be great. And maybe we'll be coming to a town near you. So we will be taking Inside Live off, but we will still be performing.
We sure
and
will.
maybe we'll be able to
Outside
live stream. Exactly.
Live.
Oh my God. Maybe we can even stream some of the shows. We'll see what we can do.
Mm-hmm. If any of you are not on our email list, I'm guessing you are, but email me, freebo@freebomusic.com, and I'll put you on my email. And Alice is Alice at Alice Howe.
No, I don't want that. I want them to sign up to my mailing list, which I'm going to put in.
Oh.
I mean, you can email me, but I'm going to do this.
Okay. Sorry, folks.
I just want it to be a little more clear.
What?
A little more clear how to find it. There. Sorry, Freebo. I didn't mean to.
And what is it? Is it?
I just, have a sign-up form.
It is Alice. Oh, okay. I
No.
see what you. You don't want the email. Gotcha.
That's great if you email me too. I'd be honored to hear from you and delighted if you caught that as it went by.
Yeah, Angela, let's stay in touch. We'll get you the cord and the T-shirt, and we'll send you a form and be in touch with you about that.
I put the form in the chat, Freebo.
Yes, we
Good.
saw that. Thank you.
Trying to take a little pressure off of Alice.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you.
that.
I appreciate that.
And also, just so you know, yes, for the Patreon, you're helping to support us, but there's a lot of things that we can do for you as well. New tunes that don't go out to anybody else. And I'm going to start doing a thing where probably once a month I'm going to have a Zoom chat, a Zoom meeting where we do probably some sort of creativity thing. I might do it on guitar playing. I might do it in songwriting. I might do it with partial capo, but just for my Patreon folks. So check it out. And again, you can join for as little as $3 a month. So would really appreciate the support. And it's just a really nice community. And Alice has the same thing. So
thank you all so much. Thanks, Harold Payne. Thanks to our audience. And
great to see
look
everybody.
Forward to seeing you next week.
We'll see you next week. Thank you all.
Thank you, Alice, Freebo, and Harold.
Thank you. Bye, Thomas.
Good
Bye,
night.
everybody.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
Brandon.
Good night.
We love you, Brandon. You're amazing. Bye.
Thanks for being together. And Harold, that last tune you played was finger picking good.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
See you later, guys.